Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Ashley Clarke, Secret of the Ruby, and the key was provided by developer. The game is a hidden object game. This is a very specific genre that has large amount of very similar games, some of the same studio, some of the other studio. It's just some, well, genre or subgenre of adventure games and puzzle games. It consists of three elements. One is mini games, the other is an actual hidden object part, hidden object game, and the third part is the typical point and click adventure. I'm going to load my save again, maybe options first. Yeah, we have quite a lot of languages. I left English because Polish is a bit broken. We have sliders for sound and music, and we can switch off full screen to play in Windows, which is very useful, but we don't have the resolution choice. We also can replay mini games from here. So there is, as you can see, I'm counting now, 23, I guess. 5 times 3, 23 mini games. For some reason I cannot see the one I did. Maybe I have to replay it. Let's see, can I load it? Probably not, because the this is strange. It loaded my profile from the save and I lost those two, because those two were available. I think they were in this part of the game that I want back to. I want back to the save because I didn't want to show you too much. Basically, you can replay all the mini games. I did those two, and the third one I didn't do yet. So I had those two unlocked. I could replay them here, but now I cannot because I lost the save. I just don't want to show you too much because of the spoilers and because I don't want it to be a guide. I want just to show you the gameplay. So I loaded the first chapter without the whole story because it's not that important to the gameplay. You can have different profiles, of course. So this is my profile. I did, well, let's see how it works. Yeah, we're in this spot where we land at some point, and this is the typical point and click adventure thing. There's also a choice of difficulty. Right, so as you can see, you can take this, right? If you hover your mouse, you can interact with, let's say, this, but you need something for it, right? We need a skull key or something like this. We can also pick up a bone. We can pick up this, for instance. So now we have the typical point and click adventure part, where we take an object, use it on something, and then with this again we use on this, and it causes something to happen, unlocks a mini game, which, well, there's a missing part. We take the missing part, interact with this, and this unlocks a puzzle. So this is the second part of the game, which is basically some puzzle, some mini game. So aside from using objects against environment, we also use well, we just use buttons to deal with the puzzle. I'm not sure what we can do. It would be nice to have a hint before I start. Aha, okay, we need a hint. So I have to go out of this, click this, right? So now we have a hint how it's supposed to look, and now we can interact with it, right? We have the hint, so we have to make the face look the same way. So by pushing buttons, different parts of the face are going to be moved around. I'm trying to do it, of course. I'm not gonna do it because I couldn't. Luckily you can skip it. So I was unable to do it. I'm not sure if that's the right way. Looks similar. I was trying to do it, but I was unable to, actually. This is, no, this is closed, should be opened, I guess. Yeah, the face, not sure, but probably something like this. And this is wrongly done, should be like this, but the eye should be opened. I'm not sure how you open the eye. Probably not like this. Not like this. Where do you open the eye? The left one. No, not like this. Everything is wrong. But we can skip it anytime because this is on easy, so we can skip the minigame if it's too hard. For me this one is too hard, so I just gave up last time and I'm gonna give up again. Okay, if I could move this down, but we can't. I forgot which one I was using. Yeah, now we did it. Okay, we did. I actually did it. Nice. So you can do it like this, and now you move a lever. Pretty much nice animations, I would say. I kind of like the way those games look. It is not the genre I play, but I like the way they are done. Artistically, they are quite nicely done. Pretty much all of them. It's just one of the games, one of the genre, and it all looks very similar. I didn't find this whole skull key yet. Also, we have objectives. Get out the dungeon. Have the notes. In this case, we have this hint and some other stuff. That was just the beginning of the game, the introduction. I also have a map here, I guess. Yeah, so this is the map. You can move around areas if you have more than one. And menu is just the same, right? Settings. Change difficulty, of course, there's a couple of difficulties. 4 of them. So, really nicely done game for this genre. I'm gonna move around and maybe we can see the last part, which is the hidden object game. Okay, so we have to burn this on the torch. Now remove a couple of things. And this is quite logical, but you also can open the barrel also with the same thing. And now probably I have to move the head. Yeah, remove it here. I think it will stand up or something. Okay, we just talk to the guy and yeah, we have to open somehow. We need 2 elements and I have 1 because I forgot what. We need the nail. Okay, I get it. So now to do it, you need to do this. Basically, put nail and bone here and use the way it's supposed to happen. I might skip it because I did this one last time. Actually, one of the positions will click the. See, it clicked. It's not really considered a minigame. I don't think you can replay it. You can replay the one with the face. Okay, so it's opened. He's gonna go away or disappear, and now we can interact with this one, right? We need a chain, which is not here, by the way. We can move the ball here, and it's gonna open door. Okay, this is the mini game again. This is the second one that I had unlocked. I'm gonna wait and skip it. I don't wanna show the solution, so I just showed you one solution. By the way, you have hints that load over time, and you can click it if you don't know what you should interact with. It's gonna show you the next element that can be interacted with. Not here because this is just the mini game, but it's helping with the part of adventure. The point and click adventure part can be made easier by using hints. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. And I just want to show you the last element of the game without spoiling too much. I just have to make it to the hidden object part. You can really save anytime. It saves on its own, I think. Also, it saves like this current situation. If I went out of the game now to the menu and out of the game completely, it would save this position. So like, after autosave, it would save what you did and what you didn't. So it would save your position in the game progress. If you want to have more, you can always have more profiles. Okay, so moving here, I should find this whole. Where is it? I just want to see one of those elements that are in an object, but I can't now. What is it? Yeah, I didn't do this one because I didn't find those things yet. So I only did one more. Yeah, I have to do one more puzzle, which is something with the chain. Okay, that was the chain. I have to put it here and then hit it with something. I think with a hammer. I don't know if I find a hammer. This is what? Oh, this is a hint. This can be moved. Now I'm kinda lost. I think I'm lost now. Kinda am. Okay, let's use a hint. It says, probably says something to go in another area, right? So we should do it here. Okay, and that's the hidden object part. So that's how it looks. There's tons of objects, and you have to find those that have names. So as far as I know, there are games that have only this element. This is the name of the genre, kinda, the hidden object. Those are the hidden objects somewhere here. So for instance, you pick an eye, put here, and it unlocks an element, right? We click it and you have the claw done. So now you have to pretty much click everything else, like this is bowl, and if you just, even if you click randomly, you can find something. Not sure if you can skip it. Can you hint? Yeah, it's gonna show you something, like this is a hint, and you can also just hover the mouse, I guess. Maybe it's gonna show you something that can be clicked. I'm not sure if it's gonna actually work like this. Yeah, it's kind of changing. This means something must be interact with something else. So to make a lit candle or burning candle, you have to use the lighter. Now take it. This is like another, what's the name? Acorn. Yeah, that's the acorn, but you don't have to find acorn, so it doesn't work. I'm just clicking stuff randomly. Maybe use another hint. Okay, there is something we interacted with. We're looking for a beetle, a rasp fire, snail, shell. Of course, I don't see them because I'm blind, almost. So it's problematic. I think it's gonna block you when you click too much, just randomly. Nothing is interactive here. Yeah, there's this rose here. If you click, it goes up. Then it's gonna block you. See, now you cannot click. You have to wait, and then you have to. I see the snail. Okay, I see the snail. Beetle, wheel, and frog. I don't. Yeah, that's the wheel. I'm not sure what they mean by frog. This could be a picture. It doesn't have to always be the object. Sometimes it's like hidden additionally, like it's a figurine of something or just a picture of something. What is it? Yeah, that's a frog, and a live frog, and that's beetle. Yeah, it's actually something that's supposed to be a beetle. Okay, so now we have the hammer. So as I was saying before, you can use the hammer to fix the chain, right? And then you take, I like those animations, by the way. You take the chain. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna stop here. I don't want to spoil too much. So pretty much that's the game and that's the genre. Not all the games genre are exactly like this, but they are very similar. We have this element, once again, three elements. We have this element of point and click adventure, we have hidden object part that I was showing you before, and we have the mini games. Let's go to menu now, and let's see if there is actually a way to replay this one puzzle. Two puzzles, right? Because I skipped this one. So now we have replay, we can replay those two. So as much as the length of the game is concerned, well, there is roughly this much of that. 23 puzzles, probably is quite a lot of areas, and well, it's probably gonna take you quite a long time before you find all the connections between objects, before you do all the mini games and all the hidden objects games. So that's quite okay. How many points I would give to this game? No, actually it's 7 out of 10 because it's done really nicely. It connects all three elements. It's quite rich in content for the genre. I personally don't play those games. I played a couple of them because I got them for free. I don't buy them. But if someone likes this part of, well, not part of, if someone likes this genre, if someone likes point and click adventures, if someone likes puzzles, and if someone likes hidden object games, which are like three different genres, but here they are put together. If you like any one of those or all three, you can definitely play it. The only problem with those games is that they might cost quite a lot of money, and this one also costs a little bit. So you can also sometimes find games in every of the three genres for free. For instance, there is definitely a game that is hidden object game that is free. You can just play it on Steam for free. So if you're interested in only one of the areas, you should first check all the free games and then move slowly towards the ones that cost money. And those games are very similar. So if you like this one, you can definitely find more and keep collecting them and playing them. If you don't like them, then you should just be aware that other games of the same genre will have very similar graphic style and game mechanics. So there is a ton of games just like this one with just different story, different textures, different objects, but the general idea is the same. You are somebody, some character that's not really shown in the game, and you just do those three things, or one of, well, not usually one of them, but I guess two of them or three of them. The hidden object part is almost always there. I think that's the name of the genre. Usually you also use objects, and usually there is also more or less puzzles. So those three elements appear in the same genre in different well, percentage, different amount. The game of course can be longer or shorter, but there is very many games that are just clones of this one. I'm not sure which one was the first. Is this the same studio? Probably not all of them are from the same studio, but they have very similar mm, playing loop, we can say, gaming loop. Sorry for the phone, by the way. So they play very similarly, and well, if you played one of them, you will probably see the same elements in others. So just, you know, check one of them, see if you like it, and if you do, you can keep collecting more because they will be the same, just different textures, different story, different, you know, setup. Might be about a Frankenstein, might be about a werewolf, might be about a ghost, a mansion, something futuristic, and so on. Detective story, any of those, or connection of all of them. Usually they have some sort of mystery, kind of like Scooby-Doo, but it's actually quite nicely done. The graphics are quite nice. The art style is very nice as well. It's hard to talk about comparing those games because they're just very similar. They're like just like made by the same person. I don't know why, but I checked a couple of them and they were very similar. Then I was checking if it's the same studio and it wasn't. But apparently those games are just almost carbon copies of the same idea. But you might like it. It's not a bad game. I definitely give it 7 out of 10 for the genre, of course. If you must be aware that this is a very specific genre that you may or may not like. I personally don't play point and click adventures. I would play it if I was really bored. If I got it for free, then maybe. I just have other games to play. But if you like any of the genres that I mentioned, then definitely you might like this and other similar games. It's not bad. It's just not for everyone. Pretty well done when it comes to options and interface and everything and graphics. So really, I can't really be very negative towards it. It's actually one of the better games of the genre that I was able to test and check. So 7 out of 10. That was Ashley Clarke, Secret of the Ruby. And I'll see you guys in the next review.